So I'm back at it here finally on the Simplicity 3212. I finally have everything back from the powder coater, so now it's time to start putting everything back together. I changed oil in the rear end here, the hydrostat, put a new filter in that, and I changed oil in the bevel gearbox. I didn't film it getting all set up here because the breather here, once it tipped down on my little block leg there, it was leaking oil out of that breather, so I hurried up and got this put on so I can get it propped up higher. But anyway, 4 bolts and the bracket here for the power lift. So we got that on. I'll get the shield on the fan here next. Get all that bolted back up together, and then hopefully we'll get some wheels put on. But I'll get to this next, and we'll go from there. So have the fan shroud on here for the hydrostat and got that all put back together. I think next I'm going to start working on this hitch here. See what it takes to get this hitch all bolted back on. See if I can remember how most of it goes. Get that all done, and then we'll see about getting some wheels on here and getting it off the blocks here in the back. So a quick cutaway here. I'm in the kitchen here. This is where I'm going to be doing most of my decaling. I got all my decals from Vintage Reproductions at clickitandstickit.com. Not a sponsor, but they do have some pretty good kits here. So anytime I have any decal work, that will be done right here at the table, just so I can try to do this the best I can. I'm not a seasoned vet at something like this, so we'll get this sticker on here, see how it goes, and then we'll get back to reassembling the rear hitch on the, the 3212. Got the rear hitch all put together here now, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 2 rear tires on here so then we can get all the wood blocking out of here. Let's see, from there I'll probably try to get the front end assembled, but let me go grab the wheels and get them on here, and I'll see if I want to start on that front end next or where I want to go from here. And there we have both rear tires on there. I did decide to go with the ag tires to give it kind of a mini tractor look. Next up, I think I'm going to start getting the front end put together. I'll probably do a lot of that up in the house, just so I can put the front end together and not worry about getting everything too beat up. So I'll get all the parts I need for there ready to roll, and we'll get the front end put together. So here I got my front end and my spindles here all ready to go. I'm going to get them put back together. One thing I was going to say is I am going to try to do this kind of a power steering with needle bearings and thrust washers. There's a channel, Zippo Varga. He makes pretty good videos on converting these Simplicity or Alice Chalmers front ends to power steering. So I recommend watching his video if you want to see how all that's done. But I am going to throw some needle bearings and thrust washers in this front end to see how that works. So I'll get all this put together then and see what our next step's going to be. Okay, so I got the 2 spindles put in. I think real quick I'm going to go grab the drag link, and I'll get the drag link connected here so I don't have to deal with these ears will come back and just barely nick this. So I just want to get it so they can't go too far one way or the other. So we'll get that drag link put in next. So there we got the spindles and everything along with the drag link into the front axle. I guess next up I'll probably start looking at the angle iron and the other blocks that will mount for the pivot point and get the rest of this bolted up onto the frame. So that is what we will look at next. Well, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself and haven't filmed some of this stuff, but got the front end put on here. Everything here was pretty cut and dry. Got the tires put on. Not much wear here. I'm using the original bolts underneath here where you're not going to see. This drag link, I've replaced it with stainless just to keep it looking fairly good for the time being. I don't know how much this thing will ever get used eventually, but and I also got the brake pedal put in, and I got that adjusted. That was way out of adjustment. I'm going to get the parking brake lever put in next. I'll do that, and then I might get the drive shaft laying in this thing then for the time being, but let me get the parking brake put in, and then I'll see where I go from there. Got the parking brake all installed now, or yeah, parking brake, emergency brake, whatever you want to call it. I was going to drop the drive shaft in here, but then I got thinking about it. Next up, let's get the steering components dropped in the bottom of the frame here, and then we'll get the drive shaft laid in here. So here we have our steering components all put in. Now I'm going to get the drive shaft set in here and get that bolted in. I'll get that tightened up to the yoke here on the bevel gearbox, and then I think the next thing we might do is, oh, you know what? No. I'm not going to put the drive shaft in yet because I've got to get this rock shaft put in here. So I will get that put in, and then we'll get to the drive shaft. So, tell you what, I'm going to cut this off here, and we'll continue on next time. Go ahead and give a follow, subscribe, I guess I should say, if you want to follow along with this project and see it to the end. Otherwise, we'll catch you in the next one.